From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. We have some big time air quality concerns over these next couple days, at least, from all the fires burning to our north. The temperatures are going to trend up, so we'll be around 100 degrees by Thursday and Friday. Pretty close to alert day territory, not technically going with an alert day, but just know it's going to be very hot out there. And then the forecast is going to stay dry over these next 7 days. There's going to be no rainfall to bail us out, unfortunately. Okay, what we were fearing yesterday to happen with our air quality, unfortunately, did happen, as now the air quality is unhealthy for, I'd say, about 2/3 of our viewing area, and even the best air quality is still unhealthy for sensitive groups. So coming up a little bit later in the show, we'll tell you how to stay safe and stuff like this, but this is a very nasty situation this morning. Temperatures not feeling half bad, 40s and 50s for lower elevations. A little bit later today, we'll end up around 90 degrees in the Tri-Cities. So in general, for this Tuesday, all lower elevation spots going to end up within a couple degrees of 90. And speaking of the smoke, still some active fires in our neck of the woods. We'll talk about those coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And this morning, Spokane County is still facing devastation with its worst natural disaster on record. The latest on the 3 major wildfires crews are battling right now. And a man arrested on counts of arson in connection with the fires that is impacting Spokane County. Plus, dozens of Yakima residents speak out against data center plans for the city, what concerns they're raising, and how the city is responding.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas, and we're going to start this off with checking back in with Josh on the latest with the fires throughout the region. Josh?
Yeah, thank you, Zoe. Well, some good news in Yakima County. All of the evacuations with all of those fires, the Red Sky fire, the White Swan and Ranzier fire, the Signal Peak fire, all of those evacuations have been lifted. So now really we only have the 2 active fires we're tracking in our official viewing area. We start off with this one in Kittitas County, the Liberty and the Swat Creek fire, which started around midnight on Saturday night, transitioning into Sunday. This one is still around 30 acres. We really don't have much more additional information on this one, but we're still covering it because there are evacuations in place. We have those level 1 evacuations in place for Liberty and the Lauderdale Junction at State Route 970, but this is US 97 right here, and it's this little stretch of US 97 where we have those level 2 beset evacuations in place for Lauderdale Lane, for Liberty Cafe, for Forbes Lane, Shamrock Lane, China Camp Road, Bittersweet Drive. This is coming directly from the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. This is where you got to be packed, ready to leave at a moment's notice. And then those level 1 be ready precautionary evacuations for the town of Liberty, Burke Road, Ranch Road, Micheletto Road, and Swat Creek Lane. Okay, now let's pivot over to Umatilla County, where we have the 2 fires that are burning. So that's kind of a white lie. We have 3 large fires burning. We have the Paradise Fire. This one is almost 1,500 acres. No containment, but no evacuations. With the Hagen Fire, this one is closing in on 40,000 acres, but containment at 11%. And some good news is that, yes, we still do have some active hotspots on this fire's perimeter, but not nearly as many as we were seeing just a couple days back. Still expansive evacuations in place for Umatilla and Union counties. You can find these full evacuation areas posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. With more fire coverage, let's send it back to Zoe.
About 5 p.m. this afternoon, we executed an arrest warrant and search warrant in the city of Spokane, and we took 37-year-old Aaron Farnacci, a convicted felon, into custody on a single charge of arson in the 1st degree.
A man has been arrested on first-degree arson charge in connection with the Old Trails fire in Spokane. Farnacci is being held on a $1 million bond. The sheriff says the investigation into the suspect began Saturday when a witness reported they noticed a man near where the fire started. Witnesses say the man was bending down near some grass and looking nervous. The Old Trails fire started Saturday afternoon and is one of the 3 burning in Spokane County. The 3 fires burned 700 homes and left 65,000 people unable to return to their properties. The impact of those fires is being felt here in the Tri-Cities as people are looking to help. On your screen are some drop-off locations to donate to those in Spokane. In Richland, donations can be made at Koala Cafe and Resilience Beauty Studio. In Kennewick, you have Tri-Cities Edge Athletics and Copper Top Tap House. And finally, in Pasco, visit Tri-Cities Edge Athletics and Wilco. All these locations will start their donation bins today. They're looking for essential donations including grocery, gas, and restaurant gift cards, new hygiene items, baby essentials, and pet supplies. For a full list of locations, times, and what to donate, you can visit AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Now we move over to an update on the Red Sky Fire that forced multiple people from their homes during the weekend. Our Apple Valley News Now, Marnique Garcia, has the very latest on the fire and what fire officials want you to remember.
The images you're seeing were captured by our Apple Valley News Now Skycam. The moment the Red Sky Fire erupted August 1st around 5:30 p.m. John Shea has called this area home for 2 decades. He says he saw the fire get out of control fast.
We heard a fire engine go by, and so we went out and looked, and this entire hillside then had already caught on fire, I understand, from a mower somewhere. And I was so afraid that some of these homes would immediately be lost because as soon as it caught fire, it was just everywhere. And so, but boy, before you know it, there was fire engines coming from every direction and a couple of helicopters.
It was an all-hands-on-deck emergency. Michael Trujillo, Deputy Chief of the Yakima Fire Department, says the situation escalated rapidly.
Initial arriving crews had a lot of initial suppression efforts. The call elevated to a 4th alarm, which is a significant call out to the county for suppression efforts, home protection, and then some evacuation help as well.
Crews from as far as Kittitas and Clititat counties rushed in to help. Now that they have a handle on the fire, all level 3 evacuations have also been lifted.
Containment is complete in the area. We were able to cut it off. So right now we're working within the area that was affected for any overhaul and any structures that we may just need to pay attention to, make sure that there's no increase in fire activity.
I'm so thankful. They just did a terrific job of getting lots of equipment in there. They kept coming back because the wind kept bringing it back up again, and so a couple times they had to come back and put out hot spots, but they just did a terrific job. But
as the department shifts from suppression to monitoring, Chief Trujillo has a message for everyone across the state. The danger isn't over.
It's a hot time of the year. Weather sometimes plays a role in how some of these fires really advance. If you're going to be doing any outdoor mowing, cooking, anything that could start some vegetation on fire, we would ask that you limit or not do it at all. You can always contact your local fire department in the jurisdiction that you're living and ask some of these questions if you're unsure.
Trujillo says the Red Sky Fire burned more than 4,000 acres. He says one home was lost, but thankfully no one was hurt. Reporting in Yakima County, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
They also say that they'd like to remind people that Yakima has a county-wide burn ban. We turn now over to the air quality that is being greatly affected by the wildfires in our region. This has prompted some areas to cancel their plans for National Night Out tonight, and some of those cities choosing to postpone the big event, including Kennewick and Richland. Other cities are waiting to see if the air quality improves before making a decision, and we will keep you updated throughout the day on these big community events. Over into the Yakima Board of County Commissioners is considering a temporary moratorium on data centers as officials look at how the facilities could impact the county. Many are raising concerns about the potential environmental impacts. County planning officials say there is currently no application request or early assistant meeting for a data center in Yakima County. But the county also does not have specific language in its code addressing data centers. The recent discussion comes after members of the public asked the County Planning Commission to consider a moratorium.
So we don't have the water, and you're asking to create something and build something that's already going to deplete us of something that has not even remotely been replenished.
Commissioners unanimously directed county staff to prepare a resolution for future consideration that would place a 6-month moratorium on data centers. This while the county looks at potential economic, health, agricultural, and water impacts before considering permanent changes to county code. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, there may be a growing gap in the workplace with new AI tools that have been implemented. And your time right now is 5:10. Taking a live look out into Kennewick this morning. It is still dark and it is still smoky out there. More on what that entails and the high temperatures we could be seeing as we get into this week when we return.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
This is our new home.
Mission control, engine lost.
I'll call you after.
I'll be right next to you.
Join the mission and help us tell men and women with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes about the UACR urine test. It can help detect kidney damage early and related heart risk. Learn more at detectthesos.com.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Wednesday, K-pop sensation Yeonjun brings his first solo performance only to GMA. And get this, to Central Park. It's a K-pop party in the park with Yeonjun on Good Morning America's Summer Concert Series, sponsored by Norwegian Cruise Line.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our high temperature is going to be up around that century mark by the end of this work week, but temperature is not going to be all that bad for today, not as cool as yesterday. I think the smoke is going to continue to keep us a little bit cooler. So we'll be in the mid 80s in the Yakima Valley by lunchtime, pretty close to 100, or not 100 degrees, pretty close to 90 degrees for the warmest part of the day. Those triple digits are coming a little bit later this week. We'll talk about that in a second, but for today, see lower elevations are going to be within a degree or two of 90. So 91 for the Tri-Cities, 90 for Yakima, 88 for Ellensburg. We'll have 70s and 80s up in the mountains. Okay, now let's talk about those triple digits. Thursday, Friday, it looks like this is going to be the peak of this whole ordeal, as will be only about 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. It's not going to be very sustained, as we'll cool things back down to average as we head into the weekend and into the beginning of next week. The UV index still in the high category, still a 7 on the scale from 1 to 11. So still your skin could burn within 15 to 25 minutes. If it's exposed, make sure it's not exposed by putting on sunscreen, SPF 30 at least, reapplying at least every couple hours, spending as much time in the shade as possible. Still contending with the smoke, very dense smoke over the next couple days, very poor air quality. So we'll talk about that and also some fire concerns. All that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Turning over into some national news this morning, where a disconnect appears to be emerging in the job market over artificial intelligence. Companies increasingly want workers who know how to use AI tools, but industry surveys show many workers don't think they meet those needs just yet. Michael Yoshida joins us live with more on the mismatch and what workers can do to close the gap.
There's a growing mismatch in the job market over artificial intelligence skills.
There's so much excitement about the potential of AI right now and what it can bring to the workforce, but workers are moving a little bit slower.
Indeed's Priya Rathod says the gap shows up in the company's new survey data. 70% of employers expect workers to use AI tools every day, but only 14% of workers consider themselves skilled enough with AI to use it as a regular part of their workflow.
We need to remember that ChatGPT just launched 4 years ago and Claude Code just launched last February, right? So we have this sector of early adopters, but the vast majority of people are still experimenting with it.
Rathod says companies can't just hand workers AI tools and expect them to figure it out. They need training, clear guardrails, and examples of how AI fits into everyday work. For job seekers, experts say industry-specific training or certifications can help, but so can showing employers how you actually use the technology.
They are wanting their employees to come in with the skills to be able to work alongside AI. The human judgment, the critical thinking, the reasoning, the responsible use.
Students and workers should also consider building a digital AI portfolio, showing not just what they made, but what it accomplished.
They want to see that you can work with it, not that it's just writing an email. Yes, that's great. But I mean, that's not something that's really going to get you noticed into the door in this AI-shaped world.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. As the fires in the region rage on, we are back with more on your weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. We're still looking at poor smoky skies and poor air quality, everyone. So everything you need to know how to stay safe out there when we return.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
It's almost time for Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart. Thousands will win a bag of Palo popcorn just by matching their ending number. Plus, buy one for just $2.49 with Tuesday-only pricing. Match your entire number, and you'll win other great items, including a Cuisinart electronic can opener. Make sure your favorite Buy Mart is marked as your home store, making it possible for you to win with your entire number. Thousands win every Tuesday on Lucky Number Tuesday, only at Buy Mart, where you just match and win.
When you're healthy and safe at work, you can do your best on the job and get back to what matters most. At Prosser Memorial Health's Occupational Medicine Clinic, Dr. Eric Pertula and our experienced team support employees and employers with DOT and pre-employment physicals, drug and alcohol testing, hearing and vision tests, worker injury care, fit for duty evaluations, and more. Whether you're starting a new job or recovering from an injury, we're here to help. Call 509-788-6030 or visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
At DQ, we're double flipping over our limited time Blizzard Double Flip deal. Buy one Blizzard treat and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
No, that's bananas. 1, 2, 3, we got that DQ flavor. Savannah bananas, do it big, do it major. Home runs, fun runs, everything's crazy.
The Blizzard Double Flip deal is here.
Should we tell them to stop?
It's bananas. Buy one, get another for just 99 cents. Get it in the DQ app.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, our skies are going to be rather smoky over the next couple days, and the air quality is pretty bad. Unhealthy across the map. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains right now, but that's just really splitting hairs. Let's go ahead and we'll walk you through the surface smoke with Futurecast over the next 48 hours. It's just going to be wire-to-wire smoke for today, and it looks like it's going to be that way for tomorrow as well. Now, the upper-level winds could shift out of the south and west. Well, we're expecting them to shift out of the south and west as we head into Wednesday evening and then eventually into Thursday. So maybe we could get some very short-term relief from the smoke, but I'm not seeing any long-term relief from the smoke in the forecast at all. Here's what to do during stretches of poor air quality. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear protective masks like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation, especially if you suffer from pre-existing respiratory illness. You can find all of that information posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com or by downloading our weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, like I was telling you yesterday, what could bail us out of this whole thing would be some rainfall. And we're just not going to get any over these next 7 days as this area of high pressure isn't going anywhere. So high pressure kind of locks us out from any active weather. At least it locks us out from any rainfall, which we desperately need. So this graphic remains unchanged as well. No precip chances over the next 7 days in the Tri-Cities or in the Yakima Valley, really anywhere in our entire viewing area. And so there are multiple reasons why we need rainfall or reservoirs, but when it comes to fire season, the vegetation continues to be critically to extremely dry across the map. So even though the winds aren't going to be that big of a factor for this week, we're not going with alert days for fire for any day this week, but just know that a fire could start any given day just because that's how dry we are. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Smoky with poor air quality through Wednesday, at least highs around 100 by the end of the work week. For Yakima, smoky skies Tuesday and Wednesday, heating up throughout the week. Then for Ellensburg, a very suspect stretch of winds Friday and beyond. We'll keep a close eye on that for fire concerns, but again, no alert days proper right now. Then for Hermiston, smoke dropping air quality over the next 48 hours, at least touching 100 on Thursday and Friday. And finally for Walla Walla, also continuing with poor air quality in the short term and turning up the heat throughout the week.
All right, Josh, well, it's nice to not see any alert days on the forecast right now.
But that doesn't mean our weather is going to be good, but yeah, we'll take those little victories,
We'll take this little moment that we can have.
Yes.
Yes. All right, well, coming up here when we return, your favorite seasonal cookies are getting a feature. Plus, Moses Lake plans for a downtown revitalization effort. That and more when we return.
Sprint Boat Racing returns to the Yakima Fairgrounds August 15th and 16th. Presented by Pendleton Excavating and Paving. Come feel the roar of 1,500 horsepower motors tearing through hairpin turns and lightning fast straightaways in a race against the clock. You can even meet the racers and see the boats up close. Ticket options include family and VIP packages, pit passes, and shade tents. Get your tickets now at the State Fair Park box office or online at statefairpark.org. We'll see you at the races.
They're with me. Central Plus checking.
Think you can help me push?
Let's fix that.
Discover the magic of Central Plus checking from ICCU. Life's greener here.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts and C-Bombs proudly award Cataly a new bike.
Well, this girl does not sit still, so I'm sure she is going to be enjoying her summer with her brand new bike.
To learn more, click on Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Baseball is commemorating 25 years right here in the Tri-Cities, and we're celebrating with our biggest weekend of the summer.
Friday, August 7th, the first 500 fans will receive a bobblehead of Dust Devils alum and decorated Major Leaguer Charlie Blackmon, thanks to Giza Credit Union. Saturday will feature post-game fireworks, thanks to Roto-Rooter, and Sunday, August 9th, will be our first jersey giveaway ever, thanks to Papa Murphy's.
Come be a part of our best season yet. Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, a Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
Join the mission and help us tell men and women with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes about the UACR urine test. It can help detect kidney damage early and related heart risk. Learn more at DetectTheSOS.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, the famous Girl Scout cookies are getting a documentary.
That's right, and this documentary looks at a business that takes in $800 million a year. David Daniel has a preview.
Guess what? It's Girl Scout cookie season!
Cookie Queens follows 4 Girl Scouts through the pressures and pleasures of one cookie-selling season.
You have to set your goals. My sister went to Europe, and that's where I'm going to.
Very good salesperson, Olive.
Oh, I'd like to be a Supreme Court justice.
Oh.
Every Girl Scout makes a goal and tries to accomplish it or go past it. Ow! My goal is to get strong enough to pull that big wagon. Chugga, 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 chugga.
At first, when the cameras were filming us, I was a little bit nervous, but as soon as they started filming us more, the nerves just went away. They're like family.
I want to be the top seller.
You have to beat your sisters.
The film's not about the parents, they're in it, and of course their storylines are powerful, but always through the girls' point of view. So we stay at the girls' level and the parents come into their world.
I feel like everyone has a place in the troop. We usually start with a snack and a friendship circle.
We see how love can have all these different flavors, and wanting the best for our children can look different ways.
I met my best friend while selling Girl Scout cookies.
Raiding the freezer for Thin Mints in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Oh, Josh, I just absolutely love that. I was just telling you I was in Girl Scouts myself, and you were in Boy Scouts, weren't you?
I was. Did you sell the cookies? I
Yes,
imagine?
and my favorite were, the basic, the Thin Mints.
Thin Mints.
You just can't go wrong with those.
These.
They're amazing.
Yeah, it's good to see them getting a documentary. I think at this rate, they're going to get a biopic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Yep, as they're in everything. So, all right, well, coming up here, when we return, voter turnout's lower than expected. And also a Pasco High School graduate signed to an NFL team. But before we can get into those stories, here is this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, classic Xbox games are getting a second life. Reports say Microsoft is bringing Xbox 360 to PCs. A new feature will reportedly allow customers to get digital versions of the games they own on discs. Developers will be able to opt in to making their games backwards compatible. Samsung is banning certain apps to make its smart TV platform more secure. The move comes after a security firm found some apps on the Samsung platform are capable of quietly sharing your internet bandwidth. So apps that expose user internet connections to third parties will no longer be allowed. And backlash over OpenAI's first influencer brand trip. Their followers were apparently not amused. Comments on videos showing the upstate New York retreat were a little more than critical, with one influencer being accused of selling her soul for a nice hotel room. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flight.
Max is now added to your Amico policy. Hope he loves the car.
Ceremony starts in an hour.
Okay, Max. They're almost there.
Okay, great. Guys, they're coming.
Congratulations on the house. We can bundle your policies together. She's all set, Max.
You can trust Amica to be there in the moments that matter. That's why customers stay with us 3 times longer.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey, language.
Damp-Rid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damp-Rid.
Eggs make all our family moments better, especially when they're Eggland's Best. Taste so fresh and amazing, deliciously superior nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas, and because of the fires throughout the region, we're still seeing some poor air quality out there. Josh, what can you tell us more on that?
Yeah, it looks like the smoke isn't going anywhere. Maybe it's going to thin out a little bit by Thursday, but widespread smoke for Tuesday and Wednesday at least. Very important caveat there. High temperatures up around that century mark by the end of this week, and the forecast staying dry. No rainfall. We desperately need it. Okay, we were afraid this was going to happen, and it has happened. About 2/3 of the viewing area under unhealthy air quality, and the best air quality is still unhealthy for sensitive groups. So coming up a little bit later in the show, we'll once again talk about how to stay safe in air quality like this. At the very least, it is keeping our temperatures in check. 40s and 50s out there this morning. Probably would need a light jacket as you're headed out the front door. In the Yakima Valley a little bit later today, we're going to be up around 90 degrees. Lower elevations in general going to be around 90 with those smoky skies. Speaking of smoke, fires. We still have a few of them actively burning in our region as we speak. So let's go ahead and start off with the one in Kittitas County, the Liberty and the Swat Creek fire. Yesterday, we did not get an update with acreage or containment. This is the one that's burning off of US 97 between Liberty and that Lauderdale junction at State Route 970. There are some evacuations still in place with this, though, so that's why we continue to talk about it. The level 1s for Liberty and the Lauderdale junction. The level 2s kind of nestled in between there. Here's the exact verbiage from the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. Level 2B said evacuations for Lauderdale Lane, the Liberty Cafe, Forbes Lane, Shamrock Lane, China Camp Road, Bittersweet Drive have to be packed, have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Those precautionary level 1B ready evacuations for the whole town of Liberty, Burke Road, Ranch Road, Micheletto Road, and Swat Creek Lane. Okay, now we go all the way over to the other side of the viewing area in Umatilla County, where we have the two fires burning, the Paradise Fire and the Hagen Fire. With the Paradise Fire, this is almost 1,500 acres, no containment, but no evacuations. There are still expansive evacuations with the Hagen Fire, but this one's starting to trend in a much better direction. The acreage updates we're getting, it's a much more incremental amount of growth that we're seeing. It's closing in on 40,000 acres, containment at 11%, but not seeing nearly the hot spots we were seeing over the last couple days. So I have a gut feeling that containment is about to go up even more, but still those expansive evacuations for Union and Umatilla counties. You can find all of these evacuation boundaries and zones posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. We'll have a lot more to say about these fires coming up a little bit later in the show.
If your ballot is still sitting on the kitchen counter, you're not alone. Turnout remains lower than expected ahead of August 4th's primary election. Benton County's primary election is at just over 14%. Election officials say voters who wait until the last minute should know one critical detail. How you sign your ballot envelope determines whether your vote counts.
If people have to go into the post office today, we're encouraging them to go in and get it hand canceled because we can use that date stamp as their postmark stamp.
Officials recommend using an official ballot drop box instead of regular mail. This advice is especially important after the White Swan wildfire destroyed the local post office. Yakima County Auditor Charles Ross says that the ballot drop box survived the fire and no ballots were lost. If voters have concerns about their ballot, his office can verify its status and issue a replacement if needed. Following here as a growing political battle over the future of the Port of Benton is now playing out beyond the courtroom. The newly formed Stop the Port of Benton recall campaign says voters should reject petitions seeking to remove commissioners Bill O'Neill, Scott Keller, and Lori Stevens. Supporters of the campaign argue many of the recall allegations are misleading and point out the courts have only ruled the petitions met the legal standard to move forward.
The courts have not ruled that any of these facts are true. The court has not ruled that the allegations are true, simply that they meet this particular standard.
Recall supporters disagree, saying the commissioners should be held accountable for their handling of former executive director Diane Howard and former finance director Alicia Myers. The Washington Supreme Court recently allowed the recall effort to proceed, and organizers are now gathering signatures in hopes of placing the issue before voters this November. We turn now over into Grant County, where Moses Lake is looking at ways to revitalize its downtown, with some of the first changes possibly coming to feature people's everyday. The City of Moses Lake and the Downtown Moses Lake Association are working together on the early planning for a broader downtown revitalization effort. Now, the project is still in the conceptual design phase, with consultants and landscape architects working on what future improvements could look like. One of the main areas being looked at as Sinkuzi Square, along with smaller changes to light poles, benches, and trash cans. Executive Director Mallory Miller says the goal is to create a more cohesive downtown and help both residents and visitors better experience the area.
We just want, with the revitalization that we are doing, that downtown is a more prominent and it's easier to find.
Miller says renderings are expected later this year, with light poles potentially among the first improvements as the larger revitalization efforts take shape. Into some sports headlines this morning. A Pasco High School graduate, Sebastian Gutierrez, signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Gutierrez graduated from Pasco in 2016, playing tight end in high school. He converted to an offensive lineman when he went to college at Minot State. He has now played in 2 games in his NFL career, one with the Las Vegas Raiders and one with the San Francisco 49ers. He will compete for a roster spot on the Cowboys, and their first preseason game will be in Seattle against the Seahawks on August 15th. Love to see that. Congratulations to him there. Coming up when we return, Yakima Police Department held a memorial for a sergeant, what it means for the community. And we're taking a live look out into Pasco this morning. Your time is 5:36. If you look at your screen here, you can just tell how smoky it's going to be today and the rest of the week. And we're also looking at some triple digits. So stay more with that when we return.
For the show to get started, everybody say yeah. My man touches my blank, I melt.
Feet.
Celebrity Family Feud, Thursday on ABC.
Bottom of the 9th. This is the dream.
What a shot.
Protect your family's dreams. Under our roof. Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Hi, this is Garrett Miles with Resolve Homebuyers, and I get asked all the time, will you guys buy anything? In pre-foreclosure and need cash quick, empty, neglected, something okay that's been inherited, or even a commercial property? What about in good shape that just needs to be sold quickly? Well, guess what? Resolve Homebuyers pays cash for all of these. We want your unwanted properties, we pay all the commissions, and we make it super easy. Our goal is to make this a huge win for your family. Give us a call, let's see if it's a huge win for you.
Give us a call, 509-599-1022.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Dust Devils Baseball is commemorating 25 years right here in the Tri-Cities, and we're celebrating with our biggest weekend of the summer.
Friday, August 7th, the first 500 fans will receive a bobblehead of Dust Devils alum and decorated Major Leaguer Charlie Blackmon, thanks to Giza Credit Union. Saturday will feature post-game fireworks, thanks to Roto-Rooter, and Sunday, August 9th, will be our first jersey giveaway ever, thanks to Papa Murphy's.
Come be a part of our best season yet. Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, a Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
Bottom of the ninth. This is the dream.
What a shot.
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Y'all ready for the show to get started? Everybody say yeah. My man touches my blank, I melt.
Feet.
Celebrity Family Feud, Thursday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our high temperatures could end up around the century mark by the end of this week, but there's some caveats to that we'll talk about in a second. Here's your day planner forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Going to be in the low 80s by lunchtime and then low 90s for the hottest part of the day. So let's take you on that zone by zone tour of this Tuesday forecast. It's not going to be as cool as we were for yesterday, so a little bit warmer, 70s and 80s up in the Cascades. Then for the Kittitas Valley, we'll be in the mid to upper 80s, 88 for Ellensburg, 87 degrees for Thorpe. Then for the Yakima Valley, a whole bunch of 90s up and down the valley. Yakima, Union Gap, Toppenish, all sitting at either 90 or 89. And then for the Lower Columbia Basin, also pretty close to 90 degrees, 91s for the Tri-Cities, for Benton City, and for the Hanford site. The Bluefoot Hill is going to span from 87 to 90. Not a lot of variability there. So 87 for Pilot Rock, 90 for Milton Freewater, and then for the Blue Mountains, looking at 70s and 80s as well. Okay, those high temperatures going to trend up towards the end of this work week. So we'll land around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for Thursday and Friday. But this is what model consensus is saying. This is what the national blend of models is saying. Just know that sometimes it kind of struggles with high temperatures when it comes to the smoke. So if we fall a little bit short of that, it wouldn't be too shocking. I wouldn't be too upset about that. But of course, I am upset about the smoke in general. We still have a lot of it in the forecast over the next couple days. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Over in Yakima, the police department held a memorial where they unveiled a monument remembering a sergeant and his commitment as a police officer. Apple Valley News Now's Tyler Wargo was there for the honor.
The Yakima Police Department paid their respects by having a grand unveiling of the memorial garden in honor of Sergeant Joseph DiCio. This grand unveiling marked 5 years since Joe's passing while performing his duties for the Yakima Police Department after suffering a medical emergency. Because this was the first passing of a commissioned officer while on duty, the city of Yakima wanted to create a garden in remembrance of Joseph and those who serve as first responders.
He was dedicated to the community. You know, every day he was out there, he was leading, he was a sergeant, you know, he was leading officers, making sure that they were providing the best service to the community as possible. And again, it's just an embodiment of what the Yakima Police stands for.
The memorial has been thought and planned since the summer of 2025, and Sergeant Garcia, who served in the military with Joe, took on the assignment by putting together a committee between Yakima police officers who felt impacted by this passing.
But when we started reaching out to the community for donations and people to help us out, it grew exponentially, and you know, so we decided to make it a little bit more grand. And a result of the work that we put in is what you see today.
Local vendors were able to fund $1,000 for the stone path leading up to the monument, which pays tribute to Officer DiCio and those who gave their lives in the line of duty. In Yakima, Tyler Wargo, Apple Valley News Now.
It's been a quiet morning not only for the city of Yakima and the Yakima Police Department, but also the family of Joseph DiCio. All right, well, when we return here on Good Morning Northwest, we turn to your morning sprint, everything you need to know to start off this Tuesday for you. Taking a live look out into the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg this morning, starting to see some daylight shine in. More on the smoke, the temperatures, everything you can expect for your forecast in your zone when we return.
This August, celebrate summer at Moxie Hoptown, USA at the Moxie Hop Festival. 3 days of family fun, food, vendors, kids games, and tradition. The 21 Plus Budweiser Beer Garden features James Beam Thursday, Rival Band and American Honey Band Friday, and Genevieve and Cody Beebe and the Crooks Saturday. No cover Thursday. $20 Friday and Saturday after 6 p.m. Plus free entertainment on the Yakima Federal Family Stage. Saturday brings breakfast in the park, the 5K Fun Run Walk, and the Moxie Parade. August 6th through 8th. Moxie Hoptown, USA. Visit evcea.org.
This is real life. This is also real life for those who shopped at Fred's Appliance. At Fred's Appliance, we don't do gimmicks, just clean laundry and everyday low prices. Right now, all laundry is on sale from GE, LG, Maytag, and more. Save big on top load and front load washers and dryers. We're here whenever you need us. Shop the largest supply of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region, only at your local Fred's Appliance.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Every home starts with a move. Not just the one to a new address, but the moves along the way. The choices, the negotiations. In those moments, certainty matters. That's why Windermere Group 1 agents are trained, supported, and prepared for every step. Because when it's time to move, you should be sure you're making the right one. Windermere Group 1. Confidence in every move.
Join the mission and help us tell men and women with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes about the UACR urine test. It can help detect kidney damage early and related heart risk. Learn more at detectthesos.com.
There's only one.
Be careful what you say.
It's your daily moment of truth.
Don't tell me I'm correct. I'm always correct.
And she always gets the final word.
I'm speaking, not you.
Judy Justice.
Oh, I'm not believing you at all.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Wendy Redman, only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. If you look up in the sky, that gray stuff you're seeing, it's not cloud coverage, it's smoke, and there's a lot of thick smoke out there. The last half hour, we showed you the surface level smoke. This half hour, talk about the upper level smoke, and the situation is really the same. It's going to be thick, and it's not going to go anywhere over these next couple days. Now, as we head into Thursday, it does look as if the upper level pattern is going to shift out of the south and west, and so that might thin out our smoke just a little bit, but keep in mind that there's some fires cooking to our south and west. So if we don't get better containment on those, I think we're going to be stuck with the smoke for a while. Here's what to do during poor air quality. This is so important, folks. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear protective masks like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation, especially if you suffer from a pre-existing respiratory illness. And you can find that information posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com, also by downloading our weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, what would help us out would be some rainfall. We desperately need it for our vegetation. We need it for better containment on these fires. And folks, we're just not going to get it over these next 7 days as high pressure is not going anywhere. So that acts as an active weather force field, keeps us out of any rain chances at all. At least we're not seeing any lightning chances, so that's good, right? But no rain chances over these next 7 days. Many reasons why we need rainfall, but when it comes to fire season, our vegetation continues to be critically to extremely dry. So even though the winds are actually going to help us out for this week, just know that a fire could start on any given day, just given how dry we are. So here's how to prevent wildfires. Don't burn yard waste or toss cigarettes or drag trailer chains or park on dry grass or shoot off fireworks. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Will be smoky with poor air quality through Wednesday at least. Highs around 100 by the end of the work week. In Yakima, smoky skies Tuesday and Wednesday, heating up throughout the week. For Ellensburg, a very suspect stretch of winds Friday and beyond. We'll keep a close eye on that for fire concerns. In Hermiston, smoke dropping air quality over the next 48 hours, at least touching 100 on Thursday and Friday, but we might be a little bit cooler due to the smoke. Okay, finally, for Walla Walla, also continuing with poor air quality in the short term and turning up the heat throughout the week.
Now, the morning sprint.
Spokane County is still facing devastation with its worst natural disaster on record. More than 65,000 people have evacuated their homes, but as the department shifts from suppression to monitoring, the Chiefs has a message for everyone across the state that the danger isn't over. Also, a man has been arrested on a first-degree arson charge in connection with the Old Trails fire in Spokane. The sheriff said that the investigation into the suspect began Saturday when a witness reported they noticed a man near where the fire started. The sheriff said that the witness said the man was bending down near some grass and looking nervous. This investigation is still ongoing. Also, the air quality is being greatly affected by the wildfires in our region, and this has prompted some areas to cancel their plans for National Night Out tonight. Some of those cities choosing to postpone the big event include Kennewick and Richland. Other cities are waiting to see if the air quality improves before making a decision, and we will keep you updated throughout the day on these big community events. The Yakima Board of County Commissioners is considering a temporary moratorium on data centers. As officials look at how the facilities could impact the county, many are raising concerns about the potential environmental impacts. County planning officials say there is currently no application request or early assistance meeting for a data center in Yakima County. But the county also does not have specific language in its code addressing data centers. A growing political battle over the future of the Port of Benton, the newly formed Stop the Port of Benton recall campaign says voters should reject petitions seeking to remove commissioners Bill O'Neill, Scott Keller, and Lori Stevens. Supporters of the campaign argue many of the recall allegations are misleading and point out the courts have only ruled the petitions met the legal standard to move forward. In national headlines this morning, North Dakota's governor is using his executive powers to create a temporary statewide ban on kratom products, and he's calling a special session to make the ban permanent. 10 states have already banned the unregulated drug, which has been called dangerous and addictive. Permanent regulations and enforcement measures will be considered when the legislature gathers for the September special session. Also, authorities in Arizona have filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays says that this lawsuit is due to President Trump's tariffs policy. Mays says the tariffs have impacted Arizona residents, resulting in higher price on groceries and consumer goods. Attorney generals from several other states, including Oregon, California, Colorado, Illinois, New York, and Virginia, have all joined in on the lawsuit. Into your business headlines this morning, hemp business owners and advocates rallied in Raleigh, North Carolina on Monday, asking state lawmakers to reject a proposal to ban certain hemp products. Business owners say they're concerned the legislation could disrupt the hemp industry and hurt small businesses. Hemp advocates are asking lawmakers to adopt regulations like age restrictions, product testing, and licensing requirements that would allow current products to stay on the market. The Senate and House say North Carolina's current laws limit the ability to punish businesses who sell hemp products to children. An FBI agent allegedly stole nearly $1 million in cryptocurrency from accounts the FBI was monitoring. The agent was frustrated over the government's inaction over the misuse of crypto accounts, and the agent was fired and arrested. An agency spokesperson said the FBI holds its employees to the highest ethical standards, and authorities are conducting a thorough investigation of what exactly happened. In your health headlines this morning, Michigan health officials announced that 2 people have died in connection with the cyclospora outbreak. Both individuals had significant underlying health conditions, but officials aren't relaying anything else about them. The state says more than 11,000 cases have been reported, with 193 people hospitalized. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has confirmed more than 6,000 cases nationwide and says thousands more are being tested. Botticelli Foods is recalling one lot of Better Goods pistachio nut butter because it might be contaminated with salmonella. The affected lot has an expiration date of January 28th of 2027 printed on the cap. It was sold at Walmart stores in 19 states from Alaska to Florida. No illnesses have been reported so far, but if your jar is recalled, you can take it back to Walmart for a refund. Into some sports headlines this morning. New energy in the push to bring the Olympic Games back to New York as Governor Kathy Hochul was in Lake Placid today. Hochul is leading a statewide exploratory committee into the feasibility of another Games in New York. She was flanked by members of USA Hockey, including the women's head coach of the national team, who is coming off of a gold medal win in Italy. Hochul says that the committee should have a final recommendations within a year. If New York was to make a bid for Dual Olympics, the next time that could take place is in 2042. Pasco High School graduate Sebastian Gutierrez signed with the Dallas Cowboys, and Gutierrez graduated from Pasco in 2016, and he has now played in 2 games in his NFL career, one with the Las Vegas Raiders and one with the San Francisco 49ers. He will compete for the roster spot on the Cowboys, and their first preseason game will be in Seattle against the Seahawks on August 16th.
All right, in a trending story this morning, take a look at a book returned to a library roughly 150 years overdue.
Yes, and that is at the Kiama Library in Australia, where they say the book titled Antiques of Athens, published in 1858, was housed at its former location and was last checked out between 1872 and 1890.
And using the British 3 pence per week policy, which I definitely know what that means, printed inside the book, the late fine would come to a whopping $28,000 if the library is still charged for overdue books. That's a lot of pences.
Wow, that's insane. I want to know who turned in the book 150 years later.
Yeah, what a fine.
What a fine there. All right, well, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest at 6, a charge for arson for a man in Spokane. Plus, plans to build a Yakima data center raised concerns for the community. And as we get into this Tuesday, Josh, what can we expect?
We can expect smoke, and more smoke. We're going to have that for the next couple days at least. Also catch you up to speed on the fire still actively burning in our neck of the woods. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.